What's going on, good people? How you feeling? Come on in, come on in. Welcome to the Cowboys Final Verdict with your host, Ronnie Judge. So the jury's still out on a few things, right? Um, Jerry Jones has been reported saying he you have no idea the check I would write to win another Super Bowl. Well, Jerry, how bad do you want to win? Get your checkbook out. We have too many things to fill. Jerry Jones, get your checkbook out. We're ready to win. Secondly, do we really? This is off season. I love the off season. This is where we get to evaluate what we did wrong, where we get to get better. I love evaluating players and seeing like getting these. Boy, love to have all 12 of these top 12 round picks that I've got. But do we really want to draft an O line in this draft? In this draft, right? Because Tyler Guyton would be probably an eighth offensive tackle in the year before this draft that he got drafted, and we picked him, and it shows he needs some development. He needs some coaching. We've got the coaching staff. I'm excited about that. I think that they can do wonders with him and some of these other players. So there, I'm excited. We have hope, right? Like true hope about being a contender, right? Like getting better. Like Dak Prescott was on recorded saying we're really close, and all these videos are like, is he delusional? No, Dak Prescott's not delusional. We are close. We were sorry that this past year was the worst year I've ever experienced as a Cowboy fan. We were trash. That's just the truth. But we have hope of getting better. We have players that weren't able to get on the field that are better. Um, but there is no offseason in the NFL. The offseason is 24 7, 365. It's always moving, it's always fluid. And are we gonna move with it? Are we gonna be stuck in the mud, stuck in the past, stuck on 5 championships, right? Like, oh, we got there. Man, this is a what have you done for me lately league. So Dallas Cowboys, what are you gonna do for me this year? What are you gonna do for me in the draft? What are you gonna do for me in free agency? The jury's out. The Myles Garrett trade, that's off the table. So stop. Just stop. Come on, people. Just stop. 2 first-round picks. One, we don't have 2 first-round picks. Two, the Cleveland Browns don't want to let him go. Three, he requires a $19.7 million on the cap hit now, and he's due for a contract? Not happening, people. Stop. Would I like it? Yes, I would love it. That's the same thing about trading Michael Parsons. Just stop. I don't like his off field shenanigans, right? Like being in the media, getting clickbait, getting people to get to his podcast. I get it. Makes him money. Money talks, right? But are you a team player, Micah? Let's see it. You want some help? Be a helping your own self. Like sometimes you just gotta know when to be quiet. Matt Eberflus, great hire, great hire. I love his scheme. I love his defensive plans. Um, I I hope he can get the most out of Michael Parsons too. I hope he can maximize his maximize his talent. Right. Um, this draft season, right? Like I'd like to play the game of what if. What if Genty's gone? Who would you take? Would you would you pull the parachute and trade back? I mean, I remember we traded back a couple of years ago, went to 30th. No, not interested in going that far back. I would sincerely look at Arizona. Um, I would look at Indianapolis. To trade with. I don't think I want to go back any further than Indianapolis. Really, 20th is the deepest I would go, but that's only if like these top players are gone. But then you got to ask yourself who's going to be willing to draft up to get who that's not there. So I think we need draft capital, but if your guy's there, if one of the guys you like, go get him. Tired of this, like not getting studs, right? Like get some players, get some people that can play football. I don't need no more developmental. We need a true wide receiver two, an X receiver, not a slot receiver. CeeDee Lamb does his best work in the slot. Why would we get a slot receiver? Tez Johnson would be great, but he's a slot only receiver. Man, I need an X receiver. Betch, I think it's a good one. Let's see who we got here. We got Ibuka, Burden, Golden, Besh. We got Hampton, Johnson as far as running backs. We've got Sampson. We've got Martinez. There's so many running backs in this class, but do we want to pass on Genty because we can get another running back later and pass up on a stud? Man, Genty is so much better than these other guys. I mean, it's not even close. When you get close, it was you start talking about Mario Hampton and Caleb Johnson. Those two are close. They're interchangeable as far as I'm concerned. Then it drops off again. Like, how far do you want to drop off? Like, we've been dropping off for years. Let's get some players in here. But I would take a Golden at 12. Sure, I would take Golden at 12 if he's still, I wouldn't take an offensive line at 12. D line, I would take at 12. Edge, I would take at 12. If certain ones, Graham, Grant, definitely would take. It's a little high for Grant at 12, but Green at 12, I would take. So, and I'm not saying these college teams' names, but I will in the future. Like I said, this is my second video. It's only going to get better, right? Like I love doing this. I love this is something I enjoy, man. It's talking about the Dallas Cowboys. There's nothing more I like than talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Moved on from out with the old and in with the new, right? With the coaching schemes and our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. I just think it's all up, and that gives me excitement, right? Like I got something to look forward to. I got something, that's all I do is Dallas Cowboys, right? I love them. That's all I talk about. To everybody I know, it's about Dallas Cowboys. And I get on here and I get afraid. I'm in a camera. Oh my God, what was I going to talk about? Like I do a lot better in a conversation, a monologue than I do a dialogue. This being a dialogue, I'm talking to a camera in a room by myself. I watch these podcasts and they're, Voch Lombardi and Brian Broaddus, man, one of my favorite shows, right? And their content is pure fire. I love the way they dissect these players, the way they break them down. I could be on a show like that and I could talk forever. This is a little more challenging for me, but I'm enjoying it, man. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Build my content up and look forward to seeing you guys. Put your comments in, what you would like to talk about, and let's get interacting. This is the final verdict. Dallas Cowboys. All content, Dallas Cowboys. Ronnie Judge, your host. Cowboys final verdict.